Hello, everybody. This is Tezo Bogas here. Today is December 22nd, 2024. I'm here at Tim Hortons coffee shop trying to dodge a cold. And I just want to tell you, please watch this video of our first networking event. It's not going to be the best, but it's like playing sports. You don't hit the home run on your first try. So just watch it, see what you like, let me know what you think, and hopefully you can catch the next one. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Okay, so um, yeah, I'm sharing my screen and I just want to go over some rules about the chat. Um, so this whole idea of a networking event is supposed to be about sharing views and sharing perspectives. And the idea is even if you disagree, you should respect different views, opinions, and perspectives. Raise your hand to be unmuted. I don't know if this is the most talkative group, but if you guys want to talk, just raise your hand and yeah, I'll get to you. Actually, I have something. I have a screenshot on how you can do that. Let me put that in the chat real quick. Go to notes. Wait, I have to stop this. Okay, so you guys can see that. Use reactions to raise hand to be unmuted. And if you want to raise your hand, I believe it's under share or react. Yeah, react. One of those two, and you can raise your hand and I'll give you a chance to speak. So the good thing about Zoom is that we get to talk to each other. And the idea is to make this like an open discussion, kind of like a talk show or a radio show. So we'll get to that part too later on. So let me go back to share my screen. Okay. So, yes, I don't know if we should do this. Maybe it's not necessary today, but setting a timer on topics so we don't go over time. And yes, donations. So I have a PayPal account and I have an Interact e-transfer account. So that is how we're going to raise the revenue for this. And I'm going to put that in the chat too right now. Actually, I'm gonna go do that off of video. And I'm going to stop sharing this again. And I'm going to go to notes, donate. Yeah. So yeah, those are the QR codes and the e-transfer. If you're in Canada, you can use the e-transfer. But PayPal also works too. I've tested it out so many times and it's all set up. So that is for the end. If you got something good out of this, if this gave you some valuable information, then you can donate $2, $20, whatever you like, and just contribute something. And then we can use those proceeds to make even better events in the future. And the main thing I'm having trouble with, I guess, full disclosure, is the room. Renting a room, it's kind of like renting a wedding hall. The nicer the room and the more screens it has. I like having screens and PowerPoint presentations. Yeah, the nicer the room, the more it costs. So the idea is to raise revenue to pay for a nice room and have an even better event. Or if you guys have any free places that are nice, that are that people want to go to, let me know. Contact me and we can arrange something for the in-person events. And the schedule for the in-person events, as of right now, are every 3 months, and I have the next one on Friday, January 24th. Actually, I'm gonna show you that. Let me do that. Uh, Let me share my screen again. Let me get off of video because when I'm looking at myself, I get distracted. So let me share. Wait a second. Slideshow. Share. Yeah. So this is also another QR code I created having to do with the next in-person event, and that is going to be Friday, January 24th at 7 p.m. So it's going to be a winter day, winter night, 7 p.m. And yeah, so we have the room until the community center closes. And if you scan that QR code or take a picture of it now and scan it later, maybe I'll put this in the chat too, but I'll have to take a screenshot. But I'll send you the link because there's something called this, you know, it's called Luma, and I recently discovered it. So when you create an event here, it basically, it allows you to get all the details, and to see the address, you actually need to register. So to register, it's so easy. All you have to do is put your name and your email and your phone number and where do you live. I just put four options, I believe. So downtown, East End, West End, and suburban. So yeah, those four things. And the good thing is, if you add your email, I can now contact you and send you reminders by email too. So the link to this QR code will lead you to that, and then you can register. So EAS in-person registration. Any questions, comments, concerns about this, the in-person? Anybody? Let me try to unmute you. On to unmute. Hello, guys. Oh, uh, are we still there? Are we still listening? Okay. Okay, we'll continue now. So that is the future events, about the future events. Now back to this one. Oh, and also, actually, I have another. Okay. We have also the donation links. So the in-person events, I got this donation box, so you can use cash and you can use e-transfer, and that is the email address for e-transfer. And the next one is PayPal. So paypal.me/ES Toronto. So those are all set up now. Okay. So those are the donation links. I think. What are we talking about? Okay. Um, so this is my first time doing this, the Zoom, and I have so many tabs open. So I'm going to share my screen again. Yeah. So that's the piece about donations, and you can leave whenever you want. You can join whenever you want. And here are my notes. So the showcase notes for Saturday, December 21st, 2024. And I wanted to lead with the topic of why are networking events important. So networking events, you could say, whether you're going to start a business or whether you're going to become a professional, um, the networking is really going to advance your career. And in terms of income, that is the best way to do it. You're only as good as your relationships. So let me put my video back on. Okay, I'm back on. So yeah, that's what I really think the return on investment is for these networking events, is that you get to meet people you wouldn't otherwise meet, kind of like school. So school is kind of as a social construct, and you're in a classroom full of people, and anyone that's been a student will tell you that the people that are in your class, it really matters. Um, it makes a huge difference who's in your class and who's not in your class, and who's, of course, teaching the class. So think of this as a classroom where you get to learn from people of different perspectives, different backgrounds, people that are born here, domestic, or people that have migrated here recently, people that migrated 20 years ago, 50 years ago. Yeah, just having the discussion because with all the technology in the 21st century, it is actually a situation where people are more distant than they've ever been in the past. So I'm trying to do something about that. I'm trying to build those relationships and try to help people. As you know, the economic situation of Canada is not the best right now. So yeah, and even 2025, there are many questions about what's going to happen to the economy with trade tensions and tariffs and all these different things that have never been heard of before. You never heard of tariffs, you never heard of taxes that you have to pay to send things to the United States. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with the economy. And you have this immigration surge since COVID-19. We now have a situation where there are more people than there are homes. You can just take a walk anywhere in Toronto and you see encampments. Does anyone know what an encampment is? Where people are living in tents. It's become tent cities, and the police, law enforcement have nothing to do about them. It's all a result of the economics of the country. So I really think we are the economy. Ultimately, it's what people decide to do, where people decide to spend their time, their energy, their money. That creates opportunities for others. So I really think the networking events are such great opportunities, no matter what age you are. Everyone could tell you, if you knew certain things when you were younger, 10 years ago, you'd make different decisions. So this is about supplying the younger generation, supplying anyone that is interested, someone who wants to improve their life with the information they need to make great decisions in the future. So that's what this is all about. Okay. Oh, I don't even think recording. Let's continue the recording again. So, any thoughts on networking events? Any thoughts on like why are you guys here? Why are you guys online? Why are you listening to this? I'd love to hear your perspective on that. Anyone. You don't have to put your camera on, but just I want to know why you decided to come here. Anyone. Oh, I really feel like I'm a teacher. You know, a lot of times when teachers ask questions, there's no response. Let me try to request ask all to unmute, except this one. Anyone can share their thoughts on why they're here? No? In the chat? Should we continue? Okay, let's continue. Getting what you want. Yes. So getting what you want is important. Um, oh, okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Serki. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. We will work together to improve the future. Oh, wow. Always there and will always be there. Okay. Wow. What a great thing to say. Cool. Thank you very much. Hmm. Um, Getting what you want. I don't know if we even had the time. Maybe we should skip to some other ones. Since I actually put my name here as a lead name for being an honest communicator, I want to share with you because, yes, communications is really everything in the economy, economics, or in your social relationships with anyone. Really, it's all about how you communicate, your tone, respectful tone. Because let's take it to business. Business, someone might try something like by accident. Maybe their friend, their family member suggested something to them and they tried it out and they weren't satisfied with it. And if someone's not satisfied, if someone's not happy about what they bought, what they spent their money on, you'll never see them again. So the first time somebody tries something, it might be an accident. But if somebody decides to come back, if somebody decides to return, it's their choice. It's actually the individual that's deciding to do something because they see the benefit for themselves. They always say the economy runs on self-interest. Self-interest meaning someone is uh, going out of their home and deciding today I'm going to do this. Today I'm going to visit this shop, or I'm going to go in a certain direction, and this is where I'm going to spend my time, spend my energy, spend my capital. I'm going to do this. So what we have to do is really have to talk people into, motivate people to really believe in us, believe in what we can do, believe in how we can help people. And honestly, in terms of money, the money will come, like more money than you ever could have dreamed of will come as long as you're really helping people. Yeah. If you can help more people, the sky is the limit on the economic potential. But how do we get there? That is the most complex part of it. How we get there, how we organize ourselves, how we uh, exchange information. Yeah, it's really that's the toughest part. It's almost like that's in business or everyone that's building a career is an engineer in some way. You're engineering solutions for others. Yeah. I'm going to read your comment now. You have so many challenges. Yes. Hmm. Yes. Yes, I understand. I understand. Parenting in 21st century is very different than it was 20 years ago or 30 years ago. It's yeah. The challenges, it seems like every day, every year, every week even, you have a new challenge that you didn't see coming, that you didn't predict. The unintended or unforeseen challenges are so difficult. Yes, kids going in different directions. I completely agree. It's hard to get people to agree, even two people. You might be related and you might know the best or have the best idea for your children. Um, but for whatever reason, they want to go in a different direction. So, yeah, then we're also going to need our persuasion skills, persuasion techniques, how we're going to motivate people to accept our point of view, which is a tough thing. It's a tough thing, but unless you bring it up, unless you make a start the conversation on why it's important, why it's why you're giving the advice that you're giving, it'll never happen, really. Uh, yeah, we have to reach out to our kids, and eventually they will understand that once they, once again, going back to self-interest, the self-interest part is so important. Once they see that it's beneficial to themselves, then they'll accept almost all of our advice, all of our suggestions. Because right now we're getting most of our suggestions from the internet. What do you go to Google for? You're searching for information about different topics. Google, YouTube, social media, Facebook. And the interesting thing about the internet companies is that they do not create the content. They created the technology that connects you to the content that somebody else made that you don't even know who they are. You don't know what their motivation is, mostly trying to sell you something or get advertising money, whatever it is. Most of the time, they're doing it uh, as a part of their business, which is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But believing everything on the internet is something we can't do. We're living in a world of disinformation and misinformation. So misinformation means somebody's not intentionally trying to mislead you. But then you also have the other side. You have disinformation, people who are intentionally trying to deceive you and intentionally trying to scam you. SCM, scam, SCAM, scam. We're living in a world full of scams. You really can't believe what anyone says, either in real life or online. So I just think relying on Google, relying on the internet for all of our suggestions and all of our influences is a bad idea. So, yeah, these conversations I think will help. But getting people out, getting people to show up, usually youngsters, they have something where if they don't know you, they won't give you a chance. Like, I don't know this guy, I'm not going to show up. And I get that. I get that. I used to be like that too when I was younger. I'll let you guess how old I am now, but I used to be like that too. If I don't know you, I have no reason to go to your event or to spend time with you. But it's actually the opposite. You should always try to meet new people, try to engage. If someone doesn't want to engage, if someone doesn't want to spend time, then you find someone else to talk to. But don't let it discourage you and say that the world doesn't like me or nobody likes me because someone is not interested. That's not the way to go. So yeah, I just think that's the best thing we could do is be honest with each other, be fair with each other, give people an opportunity, and always remain respectful. Even when you feel disrespected, remain respectful. Okay. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about, one agenda item. How are we feeling so far? Anything? Are you with me? Are you with me, guys? Yes? Okay. Okay, let's continue. So here we are, knowing your weaknesses. Yeah, just like we all have strengths, we all have weaknesses too. And the weaknesses we have to guard up and defend against. But we also have to use our strengths to create opportunities for ourselves by creating benefits for others, delivering benefits for others. Once again, if there's one thing I want you to remember out of all of this, is that the whole economy is built on solutions. Solutions, you deliver solutions, a product, a service that delivers some benefit, personal benefit, or helps somebody achieve their work in a more efficient and effective way, you'll make a ton of money. And of course, they have to know that you exist. So that's where the marketing comes in. Marketing, word of mouth. People really have to understand who you are and what you're trying to do. That's very important. But knowing your weaknesses as well, knowing your weaknesses so you can go to the marketplace and you can try to find someone that has the knowledge, has the craftsmanship, has whatever it needs to create a solution, help you achieve results, big results, better results faster. Because if you try to do everything yourself, you might think you're saving money, but you're also spending more of your time. So you can spend more time to save a little money, or you can spend a little money to save a lot of time. Okay. Should I say that again? I think I should say that again. Um, you can either spend a lot of time to save a little money. Okay. Spend a lot of time to save a little money, or you can try to save a lot of time by spending a little money wisely, investing your capital, your resources. And in terms of business, hi, Mesak. Hi, good evening. We are in the middle of our discussion. We're now on knowing your weaknesses. What was I saying? Knowing your weaknesses. Yes, opportunity making is so important. No one else can do it for you. No one else. Your relatives, your friends, nobody can do it for you. So it's really important that we just stay engaged. We talk to each other. We reach out to people that may not be interested, talk to them, see what the response is. If the response is positive, you continue the conversation. If the response is not so positive, you find someone else to talk to. Okay? But don't spend all your time trying to change someone's mind. Someone that's set in their ways, someone that's dug in, it's better to just find someone else to talk to, someone else that wants to change their ways, change their methods to improve the future. You know, so I think that goes to all of our topics that I have. Why are networking events important? Yeah, that was the first one. What is your return on investment? Getting what you want. Yeah, I still want to go back to getting what you want. Does anyone have any strategies that they'd like to share about getting what you want? What's one thing that you wanted really badly and you achieved it? You got it um, by executing your strategy. Is there anyone that wants to share a personal story? Anyone getting what you want? Let me highlight it. Anyone? I want this to be voluntary. I don't want to call on names. Yeah, this really is it's like being a teacher. No one's in a talking mood today. How about Kiki? Where is Kiki? Hello? Should I call her? Hello, goodness.
Hello,
Yes, in Danish.
Andesna.
Gananin. What do you think about the event so far? You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, I want to ask you because you are good at getting what you want. So, what advice do you have on getting what you want for the people? Put the camera on. Put your camera on if you can. Oh, camera. No? Hello, Kiki, are you there? Are you listening? Where did you go? Where did Hidich? Where did Hidich? We can hear you. You are not on mute. Hello. Get this. Should we wait? Okay. I don't think she's going to respond.
Zoom?
Hello? Yes?
Yes,
Yes, get this.
I'm tired. Please connect.
No, just okay, quickly, just share your advice. Share your advice. How do you get what you want? Get what you want. If you want something, how do you get it? Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Like, should I give you a translation? I can't give you a translation. How do you get what you want? Okay, I guess not. Maybe we'll try next time. Okay? Okay, let me put everyone on mute again. Mute. Okay, so let's continue. Continue. Okay, move on. Fine. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today was the unemployment rate. I don't know if you guys know this, but Toronto is top 3. Think of it. Top 3 out of the 20 largest cities in Canada. CMAs, census, metropolitan areas, 3-month moving averages. So every single city is up in terms of unemployment. And there are so many different reasons, but mostly they say it's due to population growth. So we have liberal governments that admit to themselves that they admitted too many people into their country, temporary foreign workers, international students. I think they were betting that they would grow the economy. And unfortunately, the situation didn't last very long. It didn't, compared to November 2023, I think this is the maximum. Yeah, 23 is the light blue. 2024 is the dark blue. So only Windsor and Edmonton, okay? Windsor and Edmonton have lower unemployment rates. And unemployment rates, so here we have 8.1 for the city of Toronto. That means almost 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 working age people are unemployed or looking for work and cannot find it for some reason. So now these are the numbers. I thought this is a very, very interesting chart. And if you'd like to know who's at the bottom, Victoria, British Columbia, Quebec. Yeah, Quebec is very good with jobs. There's no such thing as someone being jobless in Quebec. It must be the language, French language. But even London, St. Catharines. I'm not showing you this information to say that you should move out from Toronto. There are advantages to living in Toronto. That's why it's so dense here, densely populated area. So there must be some reason why people want to come here and people stay here for multiple decades. So really, the infrastructure of Toronto is something that you will never find. Even if you go to the US and you compare the infrastructure with US to Toronto, it's really a great difference. You almost would think like USA, wealthiest country in the world, would have the better infrastructure, but Toronto is something different. So I think that's the real reason. The quality of life, the walkability, public transit, 75 television TTC stations. Even though most people don't pay for transit, especially on the buses, people don't pay the fares. And even if people paid $3.50 or whatever it is for the Toronto Transit, it's still not enough. It costs 1.2 billion. 1.2 billion to run the TTC. 1.2 billion a year, okay, per annum. And most of that, of course, goes to wages and benefits, which is understandable. I think there's anything easy about working for TTC, driving a bus? No, that's not easy. That's not easy work. It's very hard work. And also, I think police service. Police service is also 1.2 billion, over the 1 billion anyways. But yeah, Toronto. And then actually the third largest expenditure of the municipal government, City of Toronto, because I follow this governments. There's nothing more important than government decisions. The third largest expenditure after Toronto Transit and Toronto Police Service is actually housing. Housing, if you can believe it, because of the subsidies, something called rent geared to income. I'm a beneficiary. I'm a beneficiary of rent geared to income, of course. Yeah, but the apartments too expensive for people. So there are many, many different programs, but I think almost 1 billion goes towards subsidizing rent for the residents of the city of Toronto. And by the way, city of Toronto, I'm just talking city of Toronto. I'm not talking Peel region or York region or Durham region. The city of Toronto, 51% of residents are renters. Okay, 51%. It might not surprise you with all the buildings going up, but yeah, that was very interesting. 51%. There's nowhere else in North America where you'll find 51% of the homes are being rented. Yeah. But that's a story on unemployment. So once again, I just think it's up to us. It's up to us to change the economic dynamics. I'm not saying you should start a business tomorrow because there's always tremendous amount of risk, much more riskier to start a business than to create a career, choose a program, graduate in something, and try to find a job. But of course, even with education, there are risks too. I can tell you so many different programs. I don't want to mention different particular programs, but even programs that you might say, okay, there are jobs here. You might make $100,000 working for Google or working for Amazon or working for Microsoft. And then once you graduate, you do all the work. There's nothing. There are no jobs in Toronto. You got to move to New York or you got to move to Silicon Valley. And the thing about tech, let's talk about tech. Because yes, technology, if you can get hired, you get paid a lot of money. But then you got to ask with technology, for how long? How long are you going to be getting paid this amount of money? And how strong is the position of the company that you're working for? Almost all tech companies within 5 years or 10 years have difficulty, have problems, financial difficulty where they're making tremendous amount of revenue 1 year, and then the next year it collapses somehow. Intel, they make chips for all the computers, but actually consumer electronics, the market is down in 2024. People are not buying computers as often. Apple, they have it, most of their devices, the mobile devices, the phones and the iPads, come from Taiwan. There's a company called TSMC. Anyways, this is a little too detailed, but yeah, there are many different companies. So competition is in every industry. Tech companies. So whenever I hear someone say, I work in tech, but they never mention the name of the company. Isn't that interesting? It's like, I work in tech. I work for a startup. Oh, what's the name of the company? I don't know. It's just like startup company. But yeah, technology is like that. When you're new, yeah. When your technology becomes mature, it's people no longer use it, people are no longer interested. The market value of the company goes down, and the stock price goes down, and the stock options and the incomes eventually go down. So that's one thing about tech. Um, Maybe I should talk a little bit about healthcare. So yeah, what do I do in my day job? My day job, this is not my full-time job, but I'm really passionate about teaching. My day job is so I took a program 2013 called Health Information Management. And health information management is what led me to I've worked multiple jobs actually, but now I work as a coding specialist for the Hospital for Sick Children. And how I landed that job, I wish I could say I'm just like a talented guy, I'm a smart guy. That's how I landed the job. But really, there's some element of luck. Okay, there's always an element of luck, being in the right place at the right time, talking to people, the right people, in the right way. Really, that's what got me to Sick Kids. And Sick Kids, if you know something about it, 6,000 people work for Hospital for Sick Children. 6,000, that's a lot. And Sick Kids, once you're there, you're usually there for life. Okay, unless you like strongly dislike the job and you resign, it's either two options. You resign or you retire. And retirement age is not 65 anymore. People are not retiring at 65. People are retiring 75, even 80 years old, okay? Because of something called work from home. If you have work from home, you have no reason to retire. You're already working from home. You don't have to commute. There's no physical exhaustion or less physical exhaustion. And you get to keep getting the income that you deserve for the work that you're doing. So that's what I've seen in hospitals. Hospitals, once you're in, you're there for life. And so for me, I'm now in this at a cross paths where I say, okay, I'm not going to be young forever. I want to help people. I want to reach out to them. How do I do it? I don't have any money to open a store or open a physical location. How do I do it? So that's what brought me to renting rooms in community centers and doing these networking events where people can come and join and attend, meet new people, and learn new things. So I started that this year, July 7th, 2024. That was the first ever one. And yeah, we had good turnout. Once again, it was free. It was free. So right now I'm doing donations because, of course, if you ask someone to pay even $5 entry fee, no one's going to come. So people have lots of things going on. People live in different directions. People live 20 kilometers away, 50 kilometers away. Asking people to come to downtown Toronto is a big ask, actually. It's a big thing to ask somebody. And then you got to go back. You got to go back to your home. So I get that. I get that. I get the distance. And everyone knows Toronto traffic. If it says 10 kilometers, if you're going 10 kilometers, it says it takes 30 minutes for 10 kilometers. So just imagine if you're going 30 kilometers, at minimum, it's going to take 1 hour to go one way. So really, I completely understand that. But for me, I'm just in the moment where I have to get started and I want to do these networking events and presentations for people. Today, yeah, I guess people have different things and schools just closed, I guess. You can tell me, elementary schools and high schools closed. So I guess people have different things to do on Saturday night, but we're gonna try to keep going with these. And if you can't attend the networking events, in person or online, I'll try to record them. The in-person ones, because I don't have a camera person, I don't have a cameraman, and if you know something about asking someone to record you, um, it costs a lot of money. So I don't have any way to record those events, but I always believe that in-person events like there's nothing that can replace it. We can sit here and talk on Zoom for the next 3 hours. I guess you guys are not in the talking mood today, but we can sit here and talk, and it still won't feel the same as being across the table or being in the same room as somebody. So, yeah, I think it's important to do the in-person events. So I'm going to keep going with this. I'm really going to keep going with this. Yeah, unemployment in top 20 cities. Yeah. So you guys have any opinions on unemployment? Like any potential solutions? Do you think it's going to get worse? Do you think it's going to get better? What are your guys' thoughts on unemployment? I'll give you a minute to respond if you guys have any views. So unemployment is joblessness, not being able to find gainful employment. And then there's also, are you getting paid enough? And are you getting enough hours? That's another concern. And then do you like the work? That's tough. Yeah, it's getting worse. That's true. That's true. Unemployment is a tough thing. But the unemployment really comes from there is not enough demand. Not enough demand in the economy. People really expect everything to be free. Everything for, if everything is free, that means the government is paying for everything. The last thing you want is the government to pay you for everything. Because the government cannot pay everyone, 41.5 million people, equally. There are going to be some people who get more and some people who get less. And then that brings in the nepotism of helping your family, giving your family more money, and the people that are not related to you get nothing. And then there's also cronyism, giving more money to your friends because they've been with you from the beginning. They don't deserve it. They didn't do anything to earn it. But yeah, going the socialist route and just everything is free, I really don't think that's the best way to go. Yeah. Yes, losing a job. Yes. Yes. Yes, technology is also playing a role. I believe in that. Um, yeah. What can we do? What can we do about technology? Because at the same time that technology is changing the economy and making it so you can interact with machines and you don't need to interact with a real person, you lose the humanity out of it. Like even going to a restaurant, you go to a restaurant, yes, to eat food, nice food, but you're really going there to be around people. You take someone that's important to you, someone that's special to you, take them out to eat, wine and dine them, whatever it is. Only someone that's important to you. And the company is everything. And then even the service, customer service, satisfaction. There are some companies that do more technology than others. There are some companies that really care about the service and human to human interaction. So I think we're a little bit too distant. We're too distant right now, and it's really a problem. If you look at mental health, younger people, mental health, people don't want to talk. People want to stay in their room, and even if you're in the same household, you're the same family, you might talk to each other like for 5 or 10 minutes per day, and then say, this is done. I don't need to talk to you, or people are not talking as much as they used to, sitting down at the kitchen table talking. So that's a problem. Yeah. Um, that's Siri talking to me. I think I think that's all that I have today, really. Um, because looking at, yeah, this was my document. And with these, I was really trying to get other people's opinions and other people to discuss these topics. And there was one group, one person in particular that I was waiting to attend this. She didn't show up, but maybe the next one she'll show up. But for the online events, can I just ask you guys, should we do these every week, every 2 weeks, every month? How often should we do the online events on Zoom? You can put it in the chat or you can uh, share your opinion. How often should we do this? Anybody? Let me try. Unmute. Oh, maybe I'll chat. I'll put it in the chat. Chat. Okay. I have entered it in the chat. You guys can respond there. Um, are we tired today? How are we feeling? Hmm. Let me tell you an interesting story. So I went to George Brown and I was talking to one of my former instructors at the college. And I asked them, like, what's the difference between teaching online during the pandemic and teaching in person? And they said that the biggest difference is that you don't know if anyone's actually listening to you. It feels like you're talking to yourself. And right now I feel what she was describing. Like you're talking and you don't know if people are getting it, if people have any thoughts. Like if you're in a classroom, you're in person, you can sense that people are either getting it or not getting it. People can respond. People are more responsive in person than online for whatever reason. Good, bad, it's just that's how it is. People are more responsive. And now, after doing this, I finally understand what she was referring to. Um, yeah. Or maybe it's the weather. The weather, since it's so cold, people tired. So, if you're just coming in, we are about to end the online networking event. I just posted a question. I'll post it again in the chat. Let me put it in the chat. Oh, every month. Okay. Okay. Yes, the question is how often should we have virtual networking events? So the in-person will be every 3 months. If you can make it, you make it. Um, but how often should we do the virtual networking events? Should we do them every week? Should we do them every 2 weeks, every month? Yes, we have one response. One response is every month. Every month. Um, so maybe should we do towards the beginning of the month or towards the end of the month? Actually, the in person, I decided to do it towards the end of the month. So maybe we could do these at the beginning of the month. Doesn't matter between the first 15 days. Yeah, if you have school or if you have, yeah, okay, every month. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Where is Kiki? Are you still there? Oh no, she left. She's sleeping, I think. How about Mahatom? Anyone there?
Hmm? Saju.
Oh, yes, hello, hello. Should we end it?
I'm okay. I'm sleeping now.
Okay, maybe it's too
Bye
late.
to you.
Okay, wait a second. Wait.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
do the Zoom calls every month. I think we are thinking about it.
Okay.
We are
Every
going to do
single
every
month.
month. Okay, but
Every
I'll
month.
let you
Okay.
know. I'll send you emails and I'll upload do the Instagram and the WhatsApp. But I'll let you know when we're going to do it. So virtual will be every month. In person will be every 3 months. Is that okay with you guys? Does anyone object?
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay.
Okay, Madam, can I ask you one question? One question.
Yes.
It's an easy question. What did you
Okay.
learn? What did you learn from today? What did you get?
I learning for money. How I get money and
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. At least if you learned how to get money, that's good enough, I think.
thank you.
Anyone else have anything to say? Anyone?
Go to school.
Score, yes. No. Oh, let me check my messages.
Dr. Zara, sorry, this is Miss Rack. I'm
Hi,
in the
hi.
public transit. I'm sorry, I was shopping, but it's keep interrupting when I'm moving from here to there.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for joining this anyways. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you for having us.
Yes, yeah, it's very cold outside. I understand that. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, me and Nati's mom are together.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
we decided today we're going to do this next month, or I'll let you
Okay.
know when the next one is. And maybe we'll have
Okay.
people the next
That
time.
sounds good. Okay.
Okay, bye
Okay.
everybody. Good
Thank
night.
you. Bye
Good
bye.
night.
Good night.
Bye. I'm going to end it. Uh, end. Bye bye everybody.